Hi, students. This video is about Essay 1, your first essay for this class. Alina and I wanted to take a little time to go over the instructions with you. Alina has kindly offered to share what worked for her when she was working on this essay as a student in this class last winter. This essay is called a Think on Your Feet essay. It's due on Monday of week 3 by midnight. And essentially what it is, I would say for all the essays in this class, more than anything else, you're being graded on following the instructions. All the essays have kind of their own kind of structure and their own kind of requirements. And you should definitely have the assignment page or the instructions out. You can probably print these out, copy and paste them into a document and print them out or keep them up on your computer screen so you can use them as sort of a roadmap as you work. I find a list of instructions really helps me when I'm feeling overwhelmed. If I just think of the instructions as a to-do list, then you just follow step by step. And if there are steps that you don't know how to do or you don't understand, that's when you reach out to Alina or me and make an appointment to jump on Zoom with us and see if we can help you. And you can share your screen. Like if you wrote a paragraph and you're not sure you're on the right track, you can share your screen and we can tell you, how we think you're doing. So for this assignment, you're a TV talk show host, and you're imagining that 3 of the writers, artists, or thinkers we've discussed in Module 1 have been transported into the 21st century and got booked onto your show as a panel discussion to talk about the legacy of the Enlightenment in the 21st century. Your program is hosting a panel of at least 3 of the writers or thinkers or artists we've discussed in Unit 1. That's just everybody we've read about and talked about in weeks 1 and 2 of our course. Your panel must include either Mary Wollstonecraft or Olympe de Gouges, but not both of them. So only one of those two, but you must include one of them. And any 2 other artists, thinkers, or artists, Descartes, Kant, Diderot, Louverture, or any of the artists you've learned about. You can also include additional participants if you wish. Your purpose in the show script is to have these 3 thinkers share their thoughts on 1, how they see the legacy of the Enlightenment in its successes and failures in the 21st century. So what does Kant think about people's abilities to think independently? What does Diderot think about how widely information is available? What do Wollstonecraft and de Gouges think about the condition of women? What does Louverture think about the condition of people of color? Any of those things. Those might how is the thing, how are the issues they fought, to make important during the Enlightenment? How are those issues? What is the status of those issues today? How do they see their specific projects and ideals still at work today? So that's what the legacy of the Enlightenment means. What's going on with women's rights, with rights for Black people or all people of color? What's going on? Are people thinking independently? Are people being treated equally? And that also is what we mean by people's specific projects. Diderot's specific project was his encyclopedia. Wollstonecraft and de Gouges' specific project was giving women equal rights. How a Descartes' project was to help people figure out how to think clearly and search for truth. How are those projects going today? Are people thinking clearly? Are they doubting, or are they accepting information blindly? Um, uh, how is information being spread today? Is the spread of information always working well, or are there problems with it? Um, I want you to show, the purpose of this assignment is to show that you understand some key points about the figures we've discussed in terms of how they feel about the struggle for truth, knowledge, independence, and equality. Show that you understand how the different figures may complement or agree or contradict or disagree with each other. You can do this by thoughtfully structuring your assignment to think about how the figures would interact with and respond to each other, and show how these thinkers' ideas might relate to daily life in 2025. And to do this, to think about life in 2025 and issues in our world that these writers might have something to say about. I made a big list here of current issues that they might have opinions about: the gender wage gap, the racial wage gap, bans on abortion, first female, first Black, and first South Asian person elected to be vice president, modern slavery, a story about modern slavery, the myth of the criminal immigrant, which is a really interesting article about stereotypes about immigrants and what the facts show about how fair those stereotypes are. In your script, in your TV show script, you should pick at least three things from this list of 17 or 18 things, any three that you think you could use to show how one of these Enlightenment thinkers uh, might have considered this issue from our world in 2025. You should also make sure you include at least three well-chosen quotes from the readings we've done. It's really important that any quotations in this essay come from actual readings. If you include a quotation from Kant that we did not, from a work of his that we did not read in class, that does not count as one of your quotations. You also should make sure that you cite page numbers from the handouts we used in class after every quotation. So three quotations, refer to at least three of the links that I provided in the list above of current issues in 2025. This essay should be between 3 and 5 double-spaced pages, around 750 to 1,250 words. And I hope there's an example here of how this essay may go. I encourage you to take a look at it. I hope you will be able to have some fun. This is a great assignment where you can use some humor, thinking about how these Enlightenment thinkers might see the world if they were dropped into our present world. And then at the bottom, I give you the grading criteria. Please notice sentence structure and mechanics are only 15 points. The strength of your ideas and the evidence and the way you organize your thoughts, clarity and style, all of that makes up most of your grade on this essay. So I really encourage you to be creative, try to have fun with it. And I will also be giving you some tools to help you think through how to begin this essay. I know it can be very overwhelming to think about. I really encourage you to pick three thinkers that you feel like you kind of get. Like, maybe I don't understand everything in the reading by them, but I kind of have a better handle on these three. So I'll write about these three. That's a good way to begin. And then you're going to have a graphic organizer assignment in which you break down the different views of the different thinkers. Just for doing that assignment, you get 100% on a quiz. And then I hope it will help you get started on your essay. And there's a little video about how to do the graphic organizer assignment. And always, as always, remember that if you're just feeling so stuck and overwhelmed with this assignment, you don't know where to begin, I would start with the graphic organizer assignment. And if you feel like you can't even do that yet, remember, come talk to Alina or me because we're here to help you get started. I've asked Alina to share her experience of doing this assignment last winter because I'm sure she'll also have some tips that I didn't think of.
So I'm gonna also mention the graphic organizer. In my opinion, it was probably the most helpful thing with this essay. And I would recommend filling out as much as you can. I know it's required only to fill like 7 cells
I
for
think that's
the
right.
yeah, for the assignment itself, but I would encourage you to fill out as much as you can because that's what I did, and it gave me like a really clear idea of which three thinkers I understand the best because those would be the sections that were like filled or almost
Yeah.
filled or had the most information.
And
So that
yeah, I'm just going to jump in really fast and say, and you guys are going to be posting some of the things you entered on the graphic
yeah,
organizer in a discussion. So you can help each other with it too if you're feeling stuck. I'm sorry to
yeah.
interrupt.
Yeah, that's actually what I did too. Like there were some readings that I struggled with more, and I would just look at the discussion posts and see what the other students had posted, and they would help me a lot. Like they would help me understand the readings a lot. So definitely take a look at the discussions and what other people are saying, like what they put in their graphic organizers.
Yeah, and that's a really good suggestion. And that's the whole point of having that discussion there.
Yeah.
I do just want to caution you that if just be sure in your final paper not to use somebody else's words or explanation
Yes.
from their discussion post, because that would be considered plagiarism. But by all means, use their take on something to help you think about it too.
Yeah, definitely. And then it's easier said than done, but try not to like overthink the essay. I over I overthought the essay when I was writing it, but looking back, just like try to not to like overthink it. Focus on what matters, like the details and good evidence, good quotes, um, and definitely try to have fun with the paper. I haven't come across an essay prompt like this since taking the class. So, I mean, I had fun with the paper while writing it. I didn't take it like too serious. Like I tried to use some humor here and there. Um, but yeah, if you need any help with like figuring out how to give like good evidence for the claims that you're making in the paper, just reach out. If you don't know how to quote about the readers, just reach out. Just anything. Any questions, please just reach out. Like don't hesitate, don't be scared.
Yeah. Dive in. One of the great things about taking a class in 5 weeks is you kind of almost you don't have too much time to obsess too much. You just kind of have to dive in. But we are around, and yeah, just let us know if it can help. And if anybody thinks they'd like to be part of a group Zoom session, brainstorming for this paper, maybe Sunday afternoon or something. Um, that is very possible that I could set that up. So message me to let me know that you might be interested in that. Um, and I'd be happy to set that up. I think that's it. Let us know if you have questions. Try not to stress about it too much. Read the example so you'll get the example that comes at the bottom of the assignment page. That'll give you a sense of what we mean about how this can be kind of creative and funny. All right. Good luck. Let us know if you have questions or concerns.